You don't get much better than us. Are we going?
I think we do.
Oh, ready?
We're live.
Dean's List, hosted by Dean Kitaboski, produced by Davis Piper. We're about to talk to some really interesting people. Get ready.
And we're live, just like that. Bam.
That intro never gets old.
I know, right?
I could listen to it for hours on end.
In fact, I have listened to it for hours on end.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I made it on GarageBand. I tell everybody this.
That was kind of
Took my I professionally made. Went on Omegle.
You literally had a band called The Voice Cracks.
The Voice Cracks.
And
we
still
headlined
didn't
the
use
talent show in 7th grade.
Yeah, but that was 7th grade.
Ill. Well, now we're in 13th grade. I give up counting.
I remember you used to always I just walk into the lobby and you'd just be there.
Yeah, because the Hidden Gems. I remember actually very vividly playing Hidden Gems. We started trying to play So Alive by Goo Goo Dolls, right? No. Might have been Goo Goo Dolls. I don't remember.
Honestly, could not tell you.
We started playing So Alive. I couldn't hit the notes.
We know. That's why the band was called The Voice Cracks.
It's called The Voice Cracks.
For a reason.
And I didn't name it that either.
Siobhan did.
Siobhan named it that. He didn't even tell me he named it that. Not
What
even
a guy.
kidding. We walked into Hidden Gems at 7:30 a.m. on a Friday morning, and bam, Voice Cracks performing. It's like, oh, who's that? Oh, it's us. Like, we're ready to go.
You're like, oh, we have an opener?
I thought
No, you
honestly,
don't.
I thought we had an opener. Nope, it was just us.
Why would you have an opener?
I thought we were pretty good. All right, back in the day. To be fair, the talent show.
Did you win the talent
closed.
You
Sure.
You should have.
Sure.
But you didn't.
Yeah, we won. You
didn't get any votes, did you?
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
No,
makes
we
sense.
didn't. The preparation, all of our shows, and I say the reason that we were underappreciated was because in all of our shows we only prepared for 3 days beforehand.
Honestly, that's 3 more days than I expected.
Thanks, man. Wait, that's not a thanks.
For 6th, 7th, and 8th grade Dean and Reed at Spock,
Not bad. I mean, and then Jake Arnowitz joined the band. We kind of got real. Jake goes to Berkeley now.
Jake's real good.
Jake was actually good. Yeah.
He's nuts. He has a music studio in his basement.
I know. I performed in his basement with him.
Remember that video that you took off of YouTube the other day?
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no such thing. No, we performed.
This is live, by the way.
It is live. There's no getting rid of it. No, I've been in his basement. That was weird. I performed in his basement before. We filmed my cover of Young, Dumb, and Broke by Khalid in his basement. It was a really nice setup.
It was kind of sick.
You remember that? Yeah. That was the only good cover on my YouTube channel. It was a solid cover. Hey,
what do
man.
you mean? Stitches was on there?
I thought that I've been... Copyright. No, that was a really solid cover. And he has... I don't know if you remember. Have you ever been there? You've been in...
No, never.
Okay. It's a really nice studio because... So he's got like the double or triple monitor or whatever with all the nice programs on it. And then you turn around, you have his drum set up in the corner that he uses. I didn't know he played drums. I realized he probably
does?
He just like dabbles.
Just like to get like the back of his tracks and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, stuff like that. So he has his drum set up, and it's one of those really nice electric drum sets. So you don't hear any sounds, but then you go on, you put the headphones on, and then you're hearing everything.
That's
sick. Really, really cool.
That's sick.
And it's instant too, because have you ever used a MIDI keyboard?
No.
Okay,
never.
so these MIDI keyboards, there's like the really crappy versions of them.
Okay.
That actually our school handed them out to us. They're like really, really bad versions, but and they were like $20 a piece, whatever. You tap on them, you hit the button, and it takes like a full second for it to come up on the thing.
Really?
So the delay is crazy. His drums, you hit the hi-hat,
It's immediately there.
Immediate. It's great.
Wow.
It's fantastic. So yeah, he had the drum setup, he had the guitars on the walls, he had all the stuff, whatever. And that was a really nice studio. It was a nice studio. Yeah. You never performed a trombone solo in there?
No,
No,
unfortunately not.
Rough, man.
Yeah.
Rough, man.
So sad.
I thought you were the next big thing, trombone.
I am the next big thing. You haven't seen me. That's why it's the next one.
Damn. You play in college though, right?
Yeah, so I played in like 3 bands first semester.
Mm.
I did jazz, I did like the orchestra, and then I did like the band, so like wind ensemble or whatever it was.
Okay.
And then I realized that I did not like orchestra, just because the conductor, he was awful. Like,
Oh, okay.
did not like him at all.
You didn't like music or anything?
No, I hate music.
Feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but I'm still in jazz, and that's what I've just stuck with. It's actually pretty cool. Am I not close enough?
No, you're not close enough.
Oh, okay.
That's why I gave you the fist symbol. What do you guys play in jazz? Do you get to pick, or do they pick for you?
So they pick for us for the most of the time.
Okay.
I honestly can't even remember what we played, but like it's a group of really good people who kind of just like came to Bucknell, and he just like all of us are just in it. So
Okay. Are any of you music majors?
yeah, there are a few music majors in there. I'm not. There are a lot of music ed. We have like I want to say like 5 music ed majors. Just like they have to be in the band to be fair, but they make it a lot better.
I can say I could never imagine being a music ed major.
No, me neither. I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it. Hey, you got to be good at music.
I don't know. Your oboe ain't too bad.
That's why I'm doing wind ensemble next year.
You bring your oboe with you?
Yeah, I'm bringing oboe. I'm gonna
bring
bring
your
a
sax with me?
I'm gonna bring it too.
Okay.
I don't know what I'll end up doing there. I kind of hope that I can like do a jazz band at some point while I'm there.
You should. It's fun. It's like low key, and then I know but like our conductor is really good. I forget who he played with.
Not Earth, Wind, and Fire. Surely.
No. That was the other trombone teacher. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I can't remember who this guy played for the life of me. I think he subbed for like Chicago at one point. But
Ooh,
yeah,
crazy.
he's really good. But he has really really good connections too. So that way, like when
That's the biz, man.
Exactly.
That's the biz.
And then he'll get us gigs as a result.
Have you played a gig for him?
No, but he got me a gig for Easter. They were doing like a brass ensemble, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to play for it?" I said, "Yeah, sure." So
This is a pay gig?
yeah, my first ever paid gig.
Wow.
I know,
Wow.
big news.
Does the
big
IRS
news.
know about you?
No.
No.
What's the IRS?
No.
No, but it was great. We went in, like, had one rehearsal, and then we went in on Easter and played.
That's
It
really
was
nice.
low-key, it
What'd you
was good.
play? Just easy stuff or stuff you
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know?
it was easy stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think I practiced it. Not
Okay.
gonna lie.
Was
Probably
it-
should have.
There's no such thing. I was gonna say, is it Easter music? There is no such thing as Easter music.
There is. It's like the church type, like,
Oh, just church music.
church music, yeah.
Got it. That's a fun gig, and it was in your school or something like that.
Yeah, it was like 50 minutes away. So
50.
15, not 50.
Ah,
Yeah.
so it was like in the town around you.
Yeah.
There's nothing around Bucknell, man.
No, there's nothing. We went to this
Absolutely
town
nothing.
called Milton. Couldn't tell you
Stop
what
right
to do
there. That's the name of the town.
Yeah. Lewisburg surprisingly has more in it. It has Bucknell.
That's it.
Yep, pretty much.
Damn. Is it? It's not big either. It's tiny.
No, it's pretty small. I mean, I'd say like like that middle strip in Ridgefield.
Yeah.
So like we've got like that as like our main town center,
That's nice.
and then we have like our a highway right next to it. It's like Route 15. It's got like fast food. It's got a giant Walmart, like a super
Ooh.
center,
Wow.
which is amazing. They run a
You could
shuttle
work
from
there.
campus there.
You could work there.
No, I prefer to keep my lifeguarding job over
Yep,
there.
All right.
Yep.
The highest paying job on campus.
Yep.
My
Yes.
man.
Got it.
Man.
First week of school.
Did I tell you I'm trying to be a dog walker?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I think I sent the text to the group chat, but I was just like, they still haven't come back to me. They said it'd take like a week or whatever, but still, I'm trying to be a dog walker because it'd just be like so fun. All you have to do is walk dogs and not
Hence
be
the
a serial killer.
That's the tough one.
That's
right
the
there.
tough one right there. No, that's literally.
So are you a
it.
serial killer?
I can walk dogs well.
Have you gotten any gigs so far?
Well, no, they haven't got back to me yet. It takes like a week.
Oh, okay.
Once they get back to you, though, you can, from what I understand, walk unlimited dogs.
Unlimited dogs.
Unlimited dogs.
They just have like unlimited dogs like stockpiled
Pretty
up for you.
much. Infinite
kinda cool.
dogs. Infinite dogs. They actually run the pound. WAG owns the pound.
Wait, so why did you want to do dog walking?
Well, actually, the real reason is remember that Ryan Trahan series
No.
earlier in the summer? Okay, so he did. And I've explained this on the podcast before. Actually, I love this series.
Mhm.
So he started in Los Angeles with a penny, and was trying to cross the country, get to North Carolina in 30 days,
Okay.
just with the penny.
That's kind of sick.
And he could do whatever he wanted to make money. The only contingency is he had to make his first money using the penny. So he would trade a pen or something, get $1 or whatever it may be.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
after that, he can do whatever he wants, like sell water bottles, do Uber Eats, Food Dash.
Like
all that
the
stuff.
trade a penny for the house type thing?
Yeah, really
Okay.
similar. Except there's an asterisk there, is that since he was doing a fundraiser challenge, people could reset his amount back to zero if they donated a certain amount of money. So this happened.
Wow.
It was a crazy amount of money too. It was like $50,000. One person donates $50,000 at once, then he resets back to a 1 penny.
That's a great charitable.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah,
he raised
idea.
like $1 million or something like that in 30
Wow.
days. It was a
Are you
great
serious?
Oh yeah, it was a great fundraiser.
That's nuts.
And the series got 250 million views or something ridiculous like that. But something he did throughout this challenge was he used this dog walking app. And he just randomly in different cities walked dogs, and it was adorable.
So that's how
It
you
was
got the idea.
So I was like, I want to walk
If you can do
dogs.
it, I can too.
The waiting period was insane though. They didn't get back to me. I signed up for this probably late June, early July.
Oh, that early?
Yeah, early. It must have been late June. Maybe, yeah, right around there.
Because I remember hearing about it, 2 weeks ago? You told me about it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Like the weekend before last or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
And I signed up for it then and put in my stuff. I was like, I want to be a dog walker. Here's my name. And they were like, okay, we'll get back to you. And then I totally forgot about it. A full month and a half later, they're like, all right, we're ready to sign you up as a dog walker. They were like, so I put my stuff in.
Were you trying to start in Wilton, or are you just doing it?
It really doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
I still have another 2 weeks here.
You have 2 weeks?
Yeah, man, I leave the 25th. Late.
Wow.
Late. Alex here leaves the 23rd, which is also really
serious?
late. Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's ridiculous.
He doesn't want to talk today. It's all good. But we're late. We're super. I didn't even realize you leave tomorrow,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
doesn't
That's not
come-
even that early. Davis, you leave Saturday? Oh, 17th.
17th.
All right, so you have another next Tuesday, right? Is that is next Thursday? Wednesday?
Mhm.
Yeah. I didn't realize I'm a full week later than most people,
That's nuts.
which is a long time to be alone, man.
That's sad.
So sad.
Good luck. You should just come to visit me.
Yeah, honestly, for that week while you're doing orientation
Yeah,
with these
yeah.
freshmen. Hey,
Hey,
you.
it's first years, thank you very much.
Oh, is that what they're called now?
First years, because freshman isn't the nicest term, so we prefer to use first years.
Shut the fuck up. Look
Hey,
at me.
watch your
Look at
mouth.
me. Absolutely not. I think that's why is it not a nice term?
So it's freshman is has a negative connotation with it. So
I think
we're
it has a
told to call
negative
them first
connotation with
years.
it because somebody wanted it to. That has nothing to do with. That's ridiculous to me.
Yep.
I'm sorry, man.
So I've got
Do
a
a lot of
first
schools do
years.
that?
I'm not that I know of. I only
Okay.
have heard that Bucknell does it because I think our orientation program is I guess more intense. I don't know if intense is the right word than others. But it
Yeah,
kinda
like West Point intense.
yeah. We're a little bit
Them
more
who have
intense than
been
that.
there since late June.
Yep, we're there for 4 or 5 days, but we're where
Oh
it's
yeah,
at.
that's intense.
Yeah.
That's intense. I'm sure in 10 years when this is a big deal, I'm gonna eat my words. Oh yeah, I get it.
But it's kind of I guess the best way to describe it is kind of like summer camp.
Okay. Okay.
So it's you're starting to a bunch of activities to try to get you to make new connections while also getting oriented with the school and doing all the required assemblies and stuff like that.
All right. Yeah, I get that. My orientation was a 2-night thing or whatever it was, which was bomb, by the way.
Really?
I told you about my orientation a little bit, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, that was good. So in our orientation, since it's 2 nights, we got paired up with in the senior dorms or whatever. So the nice dorms start us off strong, and then they're gonna dump us in whatever freshman dorms are.
Sophomore housing is the worst.
Is it really?
Yeah, because freshman year they want you to stay, and then sophomore year they know you're gonna stay, and then it gets better. Junior year is fraternity and sorority
Right,
housing for the most
We
part.
don't have that though.
Oh, I forgot about that. You don't have Greek life.
I didn't want that.
Okay.
Pain in the ass. Like, frankly.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I can see why it would be nice, but at the same time, in my mind, it's just like join a club.
It's
You
like
know?
it's like I get what you're saying. It's like a little bit different than that. It's kind of hard like to. I know all the stereotypes are like frat and sorority. You know what I mean?
The stereotypes
It's
are
like Alabama.
midway between a club and the mafia.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But no, it's more of like a social thing. Just like getting to know people and just be like forming like a brotherhood, for lack of a better term, that kind of like plays with the stereotype.
Right.
But you're just meeting a bunch of like cool people who like you should hypothetically get along with. That's like the whole purpose of Rush,
Okay.
to like find your
People that'll fit.
find your school if you're looking at the college process and they're trying to find the right people for you.
Right. Did you want to join one when you first got there?
When I first got there, I was, coming out of high school, I was like, oh, it's a typical fraternity, sorority, whatever. Do you know my dad was like the pledge?
What?
He called himself Pledge Marshal today when he was in school.
Really?
Yep. No.
Did I tell you my dad started a fraternity when he was? All right, you.
Yeah.
I'll tell. Touchy subject.
Yeah, I've heard about
Touchy
this one.
subject. It does not exist anymore.
Yep.
Regardless, that had nothing to do with him. It's okay.
No, of course not.
No,
Considering that he
no.
started the whole thing, nothing
Yeah,
to do with him whatsoever.
literally 30 years ago.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So your dad was the pledge master. Oh, he'd tell
Yeah.
kids to put diapers on squirrels.
No. What?
That's a common thing. I don't know. I'm sure. That's like the pledge thing. Like, hey, pledge, put a diaper on the sky. I don't know.
Oh, pledging will be interesting.
When is
But,
it? Is it fall?
So like you rush first, and then you go through pledging, where like you like get closer with the people who rushed with you and who are in like your fraternity. So like how you like rush is like a week long where they try to you try to find your match, and they try to find their match. So it's like this whole school process, recruitment process.
I had always pictured a rush as like literally just a bunch of people running across the field, and the first one to make it wins. Like, they get in.
That's exactly
and
what
they
it
have
is.
to take you.
Yep.
That's what it is. Good.
They actually, the frats like pick random numbers.
Can you just-
and like the number that you get across the line is like
What number you are?
Yep.
Can you describe what rush consists of? What do you normally like? You go to a bunch of parties, and that's
so
it, right?
It's more so that they like host different events. Like I know that I saw one that was like backyard games and like meet their brothers. So it's like cornhole and like talk to the guys that are there.
Okay.
The whole purpose
Pin
of
the
it.
tail on the donkey.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah. The whole
Okay.
purpose of it is just like so that you get to meet the brothers and they get to meet you in like a casual way.
Okay.
It isn't like an interview process like this until like the last
There
day.
is that.
There
though,
is,
right?
yeah, eventually, but not like the first few days when you're trying to like find ones that like match you. Like the
Right.
last days are like, if you want to talk about in college processes, it's like you have, you got accepted to 2 schools, and then you have to pick which one.
Okay.
Or
But that's
it's
not.
kind of
Is that
similar
that
to
common? Do you normally get accepted to a couple?
So for fraternity rushing, yes. For sorority rushing, no.
I remember Meryl saying that you get accepted to like 1, or I don't
Yeah.
even know if you can get accepted to 2, but most people.
No, you get
Just-
accepted to like, from what I've heard, you get accepted to 1 for sororities, but like you get to like list like your preferences, and then like they kind of like go
Look at
through
them
that.
or don't.
Yeah, I don't really know how it works that well.
Okay.
Obviously,
Right.
I haven't gone through it yet.
Sorority rushing. You'll
yeah.
get there, buddy. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but fraternity rushing, you're gonna do a bunch of things. You can get into
Um,
a couple of them.
Yeah, from what I know, yes.
Okay.
I've talked to guys who have gotten into like 3, and then I've been like, oh, so why'd you choose your fraternity as opposed to the other ones? But
So why'd you choose Bucknell? Oh.
yeah.
Well, let me tell you. Do you know which one you want to be shooting for right now?
I don't really know. I think like a lot of it is just gonna like lay in the hands of the whole rush process.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens then. It'll be interesting.
It's gonna be an intense couple of weeks for you, buddy.
So
Intense.
rushing's supposed to be fun.
Intense. dude.
Very intense.
Like they're gonna make you go camping in a tent. See, pun on play on words. Stop giving me that. Anyway.
Start making sense, I'll start giving you that.
I'm gonna pull out the book again.
Just start the whole podcast turns into like a book reading.
I really wanted.
Here's
to.
the audio book.
Remember, I was saying last time we were talking to Rahil, what my original idea for a podcast was. Did me and the twins tell you about this? We were gonna do like it was a debate. We were gonna like debate who would win in a fight or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we debated Clifford the Big Red Dog versus Godzilla. Bro, who do you think I had?
You definitely picked Clifford.
Yes,
the Big Red
I
Dog.
did.
Yep.
And I had a good argument too.
I remember that. I remember that episode.
No, you don't. It never aired it. I never aired it. No.
What?
It scared me.
We talked about it the last one.
We talked about it. Oh, you remember Rahil's
Oh,
episode?
I heard one of them then.
No,
I
we
can't remember
never
which one it
never
was.
aired the original. Like that was months ago. That was like late May or something like
Okay.
that. We never aired it because I watched it back and it was just not good
Oh.
at all.
Parker and Odds player.
No, that was Parker and Reed. It was Parker and Reed. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
No, that wasn't here. We didn't film it in here. We filmed it literally in my bedroom. Yeah, okay. Drop the smile. We filmed it. We filmed it in my bedroom, and we all like took a spot on the couch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the couch that you moved upstairs?
I do
yeah,
remember that,
Yeah. We just took a spot. Each took a spot on the couch, and then literally just debated about it for an hour.
I see.
It was a bad episode. Like I thought at the time, I was thinking, that was funny, that was good, and then I watched it back. That wasn't funny at all. It was funny for us. Not, at the end of the day, it was a good time.
Oh,
But-
I'm sure
But
it was.
still, I mean,
It's like
that-
you had to be there type situation.
yeah. You know how it is. But
No,
that doesn't
no,
really work.
because it wasn't there.
Oh. And you will never be there. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You know how it is. But I realize that doesn't work for a podcast. So.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get you on this podcast for a long time.
A little while.
I mean, not really. I haven't been too vigilant about it, but still.
Wow.
I haven't been vigilant about it. I've always wanted you on here.
That's fair.
I
You know
remember.
what would have been fun?
What?
Me, you, like the twins, Biondo, bringing it back. The
Original
OG
five.
squad.
The original five. Can we fit that many people around this table? Probably not. Five. Well, we've actually fit. We fit 6 people around the table. Yeah, we can do that. Make that happen. Man,
That'd be fun.
yeah. You leave tomorrow though, so
Well,
sorry
that's
about that.
that's,
Sorry
that's
about
the
that.
issue.
You know how it is.
During break.
What's up?
During break. Like
Thanksgiving,
or Christmas.
Christmas, Thanksgiving.
Going to Turks and Caicos during winter vacation.
Really?
Yeah.
You going with the girlfriend?
No, I don't think she's invited, unfortunately.
That's right. That's right.
So-
Screw you.
Did you specify where you're going to college for the fans?
What was that?
Would you specify where you're going to college?
Oh, I'm going to Bucknell, middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. You point to the middle of Pennsylvania, like a little bit
To the
east.
left.
Yep. Trying to figure out which way it was.
Never
a
eat
little bit
soggy
east.
waffles. Right. To
Yep.
the right. Yeah.
And yeah, that's where we are.
Yeah.
There's nothing around us.
No, absolutely not. When I visited, though, it was really nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful campus.
You know what I did? I visited Bucknell and Lehigh in the same day. Same day. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No Lafayette in there?
No Lafayette in there. I didn't think about Lafayette. I thought I should have thought about Lafayette, but it did not happen.
You know, I almost went to Lafayette.
Did you?
Yeah, it was in my final two. I came down to Bucknell and Lafayette.
Really?
Yep.
What about Delaware?
Oh, that was in the final three, and then I visited, and I was like,
Yeah. Was it size? Was it just literally campus?
no, it was more like even though like I'm an engineer, so like I'm a chemical engineering management double major,
Mm.
and if I were so first of all, I was the only I accidentally applied into that program at Bucknell.
Okay. Well, it worked out.
Yeah, it did.
Hey.
But if I were a chemical engineer at Delaware, it would be like my life.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
And like, no offense to the stereotypical engineer, but I didn't want to be a stereotypical engineer just locked up in my dorm room 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's
Yeah.
not my college experience.
At that point, it's kind of like computer science.
Exactly, yeah.
Mm.
But even computer science, like at Bucknell, if you want to go out and do something, it's very like work hard, play hard,
All right.
which
Yeah,
is really nice.
For sure.
On Sundays, the library will be packed. On Wednesdays, right after school, after your classes are done, the library is packed.
Yeah.
Um,
Thursdays and Fridays are off days.
Fridays not so much because everyone's just like done with the week and
Right.
already started partying in the weekend.
Yeah. Having a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how
Play
it
hard.
is. Play hard.
Yeah.
Gotta fit it in there. I don't know how it is at BC. I don't know how the business school is. I've heard totally mixed things. I remember
you're telling me about
somebody was saying, "Oh, the business school is gonna be easy."
it. Really?
And then somebody else was like, "That is garbage. That's not." I've heard that's the thing. There's like the joke. Apparently, business school is like really easy, and they get pampered. But then anyone that's in business school is just like, that's not true.
Well, yeah, because they're given the crayons and they're told to color in the lines, and it's
right.
really
and
hard
they
to
have
do.
To do it, it's hard.
Yeah.
They get a grade for it and everything. Remember back in 7th grade, I got a grade for coloring in the lines. That was hard. I haven't gotten any better at it.
No, I haven't taken an art class since 8th grade.
Oh, this wasn't art class. This was reading. Reading, writing workshop, RWW. I'm not even kidding. We had to draw a character from a book. And I spent 4 hours on my drawing in one night and got a 9 out of 10.
I actually remember this story.
Do you remember this?
Don't know why.
The one thing I was missing from the stupid picture was the doorknob in the guy's hands. And I lost a point because of it. And I worked my ass off for that shit. Oh my God. And then I got a 9 out of 10. I never worked hard in that class again.
That's so funny.
No.
But that's one thing I learned. College. Little lesson. Work for what your time is worth.
Ooh.
It's not
Elaborate.
worth spending an extra 3 hours to get like a 1% upgrade in my mind.
Yeah.
If my homework is worth 0.001% of my grade, like each homework assignment, like overall it'll add up.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have something that day, I'm not going to do that homework assignment. No point.
Something that day? What do you mean?
So,
better to do?
yeah, Sam going out with my friends. I'd rather go out with my friends, have a good time, make my college experience memorable, than have my grade go up by 0.001%.
But as you said, it adds up.
It does. So you don't do that every day, obviously.
Mm.
But like here and there, if you're gonna spend 3 hours on it, like,
I mean, teachers in college, they don't take half-assing stuff either, do they?
it really
Like, if
depends.
they can tell you spent 5 minutes on your homework assignment because you wanted to go hang out with friends, they're like, yeah.
Well, so this is like
Mm.
for math homework because it's obviously I'm in a very like STEM
You're
focused
doing
field.
math. Yeah.
So my math professor was fresh out of his PhD school
Mm.
and was assigned 3 different homework assignments every day.
That seems excessive.
It was.
Okay.
They were all like not that hard. However, they added up to take 2, maybe 3 hours total.
Okay.
And it's just not worth my time.
Every night.
Yeah. You'd have it
For the
Monday,
full
Wednesday,
year, or do you
Friday.
do semester?
It's semester.
Okay.
It'd be Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Mm.
We'd have this web work assigned, which is kind of like, is it IXL?
Yeah, that's a big.
Remember that?
I have to take an Excel course for a semester, so yeah.
Excel is so helpful. Once you get
I'm sure.
used to it, it'll be really good.
It's like an asynchronous thing.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like a quick, like half a credit class, whatever.
You'll be fine.
Yep.
But basically, like it'd be like 5 questions online, and you had limited tries, but you'd only get credit if you completed everything, which is fine until you like make that one little mistake.
Yeah.
And you can't figure it out for a while,
Right.
and just give up on it. That's
Right.
what I would do.
Right.
Like, it sounds bad, but at the same time, it's just not worth my time.
Was it busy work or was it?
Oh, it was busy work.
Okay.
Because then we'd also be assigned, like, a textbook, homework, and a textbook reading for the next day.
Okay.
And they'd all be completed based on accuracy.
You know, they say the main difference between high school and college is there's less busy work. Is that true overall? Did you think?
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part.
Like, obviously, there's classes here and there. Like, this class, professor was fresh out of, like, his PhD program.
Right.
And just loaded us up on homework because that's what he thought was the best way to do it.
Okay.
But the good professors that you'll have, like my orga professor was amazing.
Well, busy work's kind of per person, if you know
Yep.
what I mean. Like, if you don't know what you're doing, it's not busy work.
So that's what this orga professor did.
Okay.
He assigned homework every day, but you never had to do it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Look at that.
exactly. So you could do it if you like needed to, but if you didn't, or if you were too lazy, like me, you would never do it.
Okay, and you did fine in that class?
Yeah, I love chemistry. So it was so interesting to me that I'd pick it up the first time I got it. I'm just lucky like that.
Yeah, I was not.
If I didn't
It's
have
for a
that,
lot of
I would have
people,
been
yeah.
like screwed.
Mhm.
But I'd pick it up and then I would just be fine with it.
And it was the same kind of the AP Chem in high school.
It's like obviously like the class is different,
Okay.
but I'm trying to think. It's different because you don't have as many classes. You have, at least for us, we had 4 classes. I had 5 because the engineering department is like, we'll make this a half credit class so you can take one more class.
Okay.
Not because it deserves to be a half credit class. It should have been a full credit class. It was learning how to code.
Yeah.
So I learned how to code
in
for a half credit
orgo
class.
and organic chemistry.
So sorry, this was in the engineering department.
Oh,
Organic
this is
chemistry
different.
was a 1 credit class.
Right.
Our labs don't count as extra credits, by
Okay.
the way, which kind of sucks.
That does suck. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But the engineering department, like, they wanted us to take more classes, but we also need to learn like a certain amount of stuff. So they just made the classes half a credit.
Yo, tell me about I'm super interested. Tell me about the most interesting thing you learned in orgo this year.
So I can synthesize a lot of chemicals. That's a lot about what it was. It was teaching you the backgrounds and how to synthesize things. For example, so I took Orgo 2 over the summer, which I did finish like half the class in 3 days, 4 days. But
I remember that.
yeah, it's a different story. But in that textbook, it like would show you a process and it would show you how it's used and how to make a drug. For example, LSD.
Okay.
Yep. So it started with like a smaller version of LSD, and then like you use this one step per se that would add like a chlorine onto it.
Okay.
And then like it would say several steps later, and then you'd have the full-on molecule, which is really interesting. And then I think the most interesting thing, which is like the most like comprehensible thing, so you have a carbon molecule. It can bond 4 times. Describe it like this.
Okay.
They're all different atoms. If you switch these 2, just flip them where it's bonded.
Hey,
You can
Davis, put the
turn,
camera on
like-
Ian real quick because he's doing a thing.
Oh. So carbon molecule is bonded like this.
Okay.
If you switch this, suddenly becomes something different.
Okay.
Spearmint and caraway, that's exactly
What's caraway?
It's like a grain.
Oh, okay.
So you switch these 2, spearmint becomes caraway.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like NaCl. A little
Yeah.
bit. Okay. Like one of them's
Kind
NaCl.
of.
Isn't like NaCl2 like toxic or something? But NaCl is just salt.
So Cl2 is toxic because that's chlorine gas.
Okay.
But the moment you give it an electron,
Mm.
it like from like Na, for example, it's a lot more stable.
Okay.
Really
And
interesting
table
stuff.
salts. What's table salt? NaCl.
Yep, that's table salt.
Crazy.
Yep.
So this LSD thing, were you trying to figure out like how it works? Was that the point of the lab?
The point of it was it wasn't a lab on making LSD. I feel like that wouldn't be allowed for some like weird reason. No, but it was basically showing like we learned a lot of different like steps, like addition, where you would take a double bond and just add like 2 bromine atoms to either side of the bond or whatever. So we'd be teaching like a lot of different reactions like that, and then how they're applied in the real world. Like, I think if I wanted to, I could make Advil, but
Orgo's got you on your high horse.
Yeah.
You're like, I could do that.
I think I could.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of things. It's like, wow, that was all just since January
Mm-hmm.
up until now. I had no clue what it was, and suddenly like I could hypothetically like make Advil.
So you genuinely remember this stuff?
Yeah.
Like in high school, I would forget it immediately.
Well, it's so interesting, and it's
Okay.
like you take classes in college
You're doing
that
stuff you like.
that you enjoy and that are like you honestly find interesting.
Right. Well, that's
Like
for sure.
what? Oh, I hated English classes.
Did you?
Yeah.
I loved English classes. That's a strong word. I enjoyed sometimes English classes.
So there was one class that I liked, but it was because of the teacher. It was a kind of like a freshman. Actually, well, my English class, everyone has like a first year seminar or whatever.
Okay.
I really enjoyed mine. It was about basically climate change and how it was causing like a 6th extinction.
I'm doing that next year. Or,
Like the same type of class.
This semester, yeah, this coming semester.
really
It's
cool.
a climate change, and its implications. I cannot remember. So I'm gonna be frank with you, right? So BC's got some really nice classes
Yeah,
that
sure
are
it is.
they're called questions and answers or something like that. and they're pretty much a combination of two different core requirements.
Mhm.
So this one was a combination of the social studies and social science,
Okay.
or natural science, my bad.
Yep.
But it was also a combination of diversity, equity, and inclusion, which is a new
Oh.
requirement everyone has to do.
Yep. We got that too.
So this is, I think most colleges did.
They should.
So they combined it. So it's 3 core requirements in a 2 class length class, if you know what
Okay.
I'm saying. So I was like, absolutely, I'll do that. Plus, it's on climate change, which is really interesting. So that's gonna be good. And it just knocks it out. So we'll see.
Wow.
So we'll see how it goes. So, but you were taking a class about this too?
Yeah, and by the end of it, like I combined we did a project in my engineering class. It was like engineering 101. So like you just like were given a problem and you had to make a solution to it. For example, in the first one, you were told to make the best composter you could. So we made a self-sustaining composter where it would collect
bacteria or something,
rainwater.
or-
Yeah, it would collect
Okay.
rainwater. As long as you put in like the right ratios of all like
Mhm.
it was carbon to nitrogen is like how you make compost.
Okay.
But we made these tubes where you could feed it up and you could collect rainwater on the bottom, and it would feed it water which it needs and also oxygen through the top.
Okay.
So it would make compost in like a quarter of the time. And also you
Ooh.
didn't have to do anything to it. You could literally just let it sit and it would be fine.
How'd you do? What
So
did your teacher think?
we got like at the end of it, there were probably 7 or 8 composters made.
Mm.
So we won the competition effectively.
Okay.
And we got the top slot. How they worked it was like the top 2 got A's for their design.
Okay.
You could like get A's
Oh,
for your
that's
design,
disgusting. I don't
poster, and
like
all
that.
that stuff. I know it's just this one class. It's not all of them, which I didn't particularly like. But the fact that we got an A, it was like that was nice.
Take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But like that stuff's really interesting. And then so second semester coming back to this extinction thing, my class was called the Sixth Extinction.
Okay.
Sorry, this was all first semester. We had 2 different like design sessions, and in the second one, we have a natural gas. What's it called?
Pump.
It's
Drill.
they like make energy. What's the word I'm thinking of? I can't even think of.
Natural gas.
Like it takes natural gas, burns it, and creates energy for the campus.
Anyone?
Oh,
I
it's
don't know.
it's a power plant. There we go.
Oh, a power plant? Yeah, I know
we
what
have
that
a-
is.
Yep.
That
What's
I
up?
know.
Nuclear, like power plant, or just like
Yeah, what was it?
It's like so it basically burns natural gas and just like creates energy as a result.
And that's called a power plant.
I don't think power plant's the right word for it, but it's kind of the same idea.
That's
so-
all done in the ground, isn't it?
No,
Where
have
they
this
pull it out of the
giant-
ground.
So they pull it out of the ground and then it's like delivered to us. However, I think it's probably through a pipeline or whatever.
Is natural gas a big part of the energy sector now?
Yeah, it's huge.
Is it huge now?
It's huge because it's cleaner than coal, which
Way cleaner. I'm sure it's way cleaner than
which
coal.
is what we used to have. We have a giant coal
Yeah.
stack on
Yeah.
campus that's like whatever off to the
I'm
side.
assuming there's no nuclear power plants near you guys.
No,
in
no,
Pennsylvania. Because there's,
Not that I know of, at
I think
least.
there's 2 in Connecticut.
Oh, that makes sense.
And they're great.
Yeah.
Nuclear, you probably know this better than me. Nuclear power is so clean.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
the only thing
ridiculous.
left over is the blocks of nuclear waste, but that's pretty easily disposable. So.
Yeah. But so for this class,
Yeah.
our goal was to take the main not toxin, but the main pollutant out of the emissions,
Okay. What is that?
which
methane?
was carbon dioxide.
Oh. Okay.
So assuming natural gas is completely burned and combusted, it just releases natural gas, or it just releases CO2, oxygen, and then like trace amounts of like sulfur, but
Okay.
not enough for it to really have much of an impact. And it's safe amounts in terms of the government's eyes.
So your goal was just to get rid of the main issue, the thing that
The
the
carbon
government
dioxide.
does not like. Okay.
So
So
we
your goal was to
researched a bunch
skirt
of
by the
ways.
government, is what you're. Okay, I see. All right.
And then we made this solution,
Mm.
like just like in a tiny vial. We stuck in pure CO2. We basically used like what was it? It was basically just like a strong base. We used a strong base, put in the carbon dioxide, let it sit for 24 hours. We went back to it and found that we removed all the carbon dioxide from everything.
Okay. Was it expensive? It wasn't expensive. It wasn't.
So, like in theory, this base would have been—it's a strong base, so it would have been corrosive and all this stuff, which is kind of the job of a chemical engineer. you take like this small thing and you have to scale it up.
Right.
But basically, you took this strong base, and it was used to, you could spray it into the emissions, and it would take away all the carbon dioxide.
So could it be used on a bigger scale?
Yeah, as long as you use like a weaker base, which would remove less in theory, but it would be safer, and it would remove a lot more carbon dioxide.
So it would just be unstable if you used a large amount of it.
Yeah, it would just be corrosive to pipes. It would be like logistically really tough to do.
You would need a super expensive material
Yeah.
to keep it in. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. And that's not realistic.
No, it wasn't
Really?
realistic for us. So, what we like proposed was basically someone made like a 3D model of it because we had like chemical engineers, computer engineers,
All
which
in the
is the guy
same
that
class?
yeah,
That's nice.
that was the whole point of like this whole engineering class, so you could like
Hey,
explore. But it really
keep
wasn't.
them close, all right? They know what
Oh,
they're
we'll do. Yeah. It's insane. I can't do a lot of like the programming and coding, all that stuff.
Have these guys, they must have been doing it in high school.
Oh,
doing-
definitely. Like,
There are some crazy, I mean, I actually don't know if we had anyone in our school, Alex and Davis, that was like ridiculously good at coding. But maybe John, actually. John might be. Maybe Simon Fox, too. John Russell's a crazy coder.
really?
I mean, he got a 5 in AP computer science when he was in freshman year.
That's in freshman year. Wow, that's nuts.
He's a crazy coder. Yeah. John did. Are we shocked?
That's why he's going to Harvard.
Yeah, then maybe.
No.
No, he's really good. I want to say, no, it wasn't Adam. I don't know. There was some other kid.
Oh, Adam Donnelly?
Yeah, it might have been Adam Donnelly.
He's done some, like, video game.
Some video game development stuff.
So Joe's and
So there are a couple people.
was in Beckett.
Okay. Yeah, they work. Computer science is tough, man.
Oh yeah.
And it's frustrating. Like, John is a much more patient man than I am.
So for
Which is ironic because he's not.
for my coding class, we basically learned from nothing to how to code.
Okay.
And at the end of it, we made this like we combined obviously like chemical engineering with it, just because it was like a chemical engineering based coding class. So you'd learn like how to like put your equations through a programmer, and we use like this programming language called MATLAB because it just focuses on matrix. It's like matrix laboratory.
Okay.
So it focuses a lot on like equations and all that stuff, and matrices especially.
So are you trying to mimic these models that you were making chemistry with the computer? Is that what the goal was?
No, it was more like you can run your equations and all your like data through this code, and then it would spit out like what you need. So for
nice.
example, we took in live, like whenever you run the code, it takes live data. We use like a weather to predict humidity, like the mole percent of water in the air, but think of it as humidity. So we take data, we took humidity, and then we calculate it, put it on a Google map, put a ring around like the location that you input.
Okay.
About where that mole percent of water would be, and color coded the ring based on the like range of the mole percents of water in the air.
Crazy.
Yep.
Okay. I also just thought of something real quick.
Yeah.
So you said you could make Advil.
Yeah.
I was thinking so you know how to make it. Would you know how to make a new drug or something like that? Like, do you understand why these are the components of Advil?
So I could probably like look at it and like hypothesize
Okay.
based on like what's reactive in it, what's acidic, what's basic, what would donate electrons, what it would
But do you know
take
like
in
why when
electrons.
you combine all these different things, it makes a drug that makes you feel less pain?
No, I don't.
Okay. Is that the next step? Is that the next thing?
But so I'm gonna take. I want to take a pharmaceutical. It's a bio. Oh, what's it called? So we have biomedical engineering, which is kind of more what that aligns with.
Right. Are you into that kind of stuff?
I think it's really interesting, but the field is just so new that it's really not in high demand right now,
Okay.
which is kind of surprising to me.
Right.
I think that eventually
It
it will
doesn't
be.
seem that new. Drugs have been around forever.
Yeah.
Like, drugs were the
Well,
first thing we
so-
ever discovered.
So there's big pharma, which is chemical engineering, more chemistry, and then chemical engineering blows it up and makes it like a running plant.
Right.
So you can run and mass produce all this stuff.
Right.
So that's really interesting. and that's like what I'm most interested in. Biomedical engineering, I think, is more towards like creating hearts.
Oh, okay, like
all that
the
stuff.
stem cell stuff,
Yeah.
the heart replacements, stuff
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think so.
Okay. Like the term, his heart is a potato, as in they quite literally made a new heart out of a potato.
Yep.
Okay. Are you at all interested in that? Or it's
Yeah,
just,
I
like,
think it's
scary?
really interesting.
Okay.
But
'Cause I remember Bill Gates was working on something kind of similar.
really,
About well, it wasn't necessarily about creating a new part. It was about taking something out. So it was related to stem cells, and Bill Gates was a big investor in this. They were trying to find a way to take the malaria strain out of mosquitoes
oh, I remember hearing
and pretty
about
much
this.
replace the mosquito population with new ones that don't have malaria.
Yeah.
And it would all but wipe out malaria in one generation of mosquito, a couple generations of mosquito, because mosquitoes only live for a couple of weeks
Yeah.
at max or something like that.
Exactly.
So it would take a year to replace all mosquitoes
That's
and get rid of
crazy.
malaria. Now that's like far off, kind of, if you
Mm.
know. But at the same time, it's a part of that field that's, as you said, it's kind of growing.
So that's what a class that I really want to take my senior year is.
Okay.
It's called genetic engineering.
Ooh.
Which
Oh
is
yeah. Okay.
really
Yeah.
cool.
That's a really
Yeah.
cool field.
But it's part of the chemical engineering department, which I think is really kind of interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so different.
Yeah.
It's so different. I mean,
It's
that
so cool.
also falls into cloning. Is a part of genetic engineering.
Yeah.
That was another thing I was talking to somebody about. Might have been a part of a debate, actually. I was debating somebody about this. But cloning, that's what it was. It was about how ethical it is to clone a person, pretty
Mhm.
much.
Okay.
And obviously it's all theoretical at this point, but they use
Yeah.
different examples, like this malaria gene.
Well, can't they clone what is it, goats or something like that?
They can clone goats or sheep. I think sheep.
Sorry, sheep. Yeah, you're right.
They have cloned a sheep before, I think is
Yes.
what it was. And that was a huge deal. And it's, still
yeah.
is a huge deal. And most people don't know about that, actually. It's funny that it's a sheep,
Uh-huh.
isn't it? But they were saying like the malaria thing, being able to already
yeah.
clone a sheep, and then also the ideal part of cloning a person isn't necessarily making an exact replica.
Mhm.
It's making a replica that takes out bad genes. Like it takes out the cancer gene.
Oh.
It takes out the
I feel like that would cause a lot more issues than
it would cause a lot of issues. I actually kind of disagree with that because
Really?
the main thing was that pharmacists want to be able to do it to take out genes like Down syndrome genes, to
Okay.
take out genes that could potentially render someone paralyzed at some point in the
Okay.
future, stuff like that.
That makes
Pretty
sense.
much just stuff that will make it so
Life is better.
life is just a life improvement type.
Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense.
And that was a great idea, but you're right. It's super, like, ethically questionable.
Yeah.
Because you're fixing, so like they use the term fixing somebody.
Mhm.
You're not really, it's a touchy subject.
Fixing isn't the right word.
It's not the
for
right
it.
word for it. Like you're doing
You're
something.
changing something that someone is like
Grow up
looking to
with,
change,
or
would grow up with, and would prefer not to have.
But at the same time, you can't ask someone because they're not alive yet. You're doing this
That's true.
before they're
That's true.
born.
Yep.
So, it was a super ethically questionable debate that we had.
Mhm.
But it was a really good one because it brought up a bunch of cool examples. Like that malaria thing, that was amazing.
Yeah,
that was
that's
awesome.
Crazy.
That was awesome. And I'm sure that's applicable in other places too. Like ticks.
Oh, definitely.
Fucking get rid of ticks. Dear
Lyme
God,
disease?
please. Oh, it's terrible. Dude,
What
we
do
had
ticks even add to the environment?
literally nothing.
Yeah, I was trying to think.
Food source for like tons of animals.
Ticks are, but they'll find a different food. All right.
Yeah.
Like destroy.
No, but like Lyme disease. I mean, it is also super interesting because it affects everybody so differently.
Yeah.
Most people it just makes tired for a little while.
Mhm.
Some people it affects long term, like years,
Mhm.
and then other people it can leave like almost paralyzed.
That's nuts.
It's nuts, right? I mean, we
Yeah.
have a friend.
Who just got it?
Well, who just got it? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's fucking. I walked into his room the other day. I like turn on the lights, open the shades. Dude, get up! It's 3 p.m. He was like, "I'm tired." And I was like, "Okay." Get a text. Get a
Understandable.
text 3 hours later. I have Lyme disease. I just found out, and I was like, "Damn, my bad."
Ooh.
Oh,
I knock on wood, never had it.
me neither.
But like I guess you could have it and never know.
No, you could. Like
Right.
some people it just doesn't have any real effect, or some people it does have an effect, but they just don't think.
You know, that's kind of
Check it
like
out.
that. You'll like. I know in high school I never really like came across it, but mono.
5 minutes. Oh yeah. All right.
Wow.
We got 55 minutes down.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, crazy. Yo, right.
Yeah. But mono is like big
Crippling.
in college.
Oh, in college it's big.
Yeah. Well, understandably
yeah, I
so.
get it. Yeah.
And the kissing disease, but also sharing drinks is huge. But
For sure.
some people.
What is that disease? It's like a random. Like,
Mono?
No. The kissing disease.
It is mono.
It's mono. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it
No,
is.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like the nickname
Yeah.
for it.
Oh.
Yeah. Because it's like if Ian and I were to kiss right now and he has mono, I'd get mono.
Yeah,
Show me.
no.
So like,
Wanna give it to me?
Yeah, hey, buddy.
You know, I
There's
got
some
mono.
reason I never get it.
I know you got mono.
But once you get it,
You can't get it back. It's like chickenpox.
Yeah.
Kind of. You
Kind
can,
of.
There's like in some people you can get it twice, and it can
Okay.
also come crawling, like not crawling, but it can appear in like your saliva just at
Oh.
random points in time
I don't
after
like
you
that.
have it.
I don't like that.
So you can transmit it after like not having it for years. You can suddenly transmit it to someone.
We had a friend from school got mono, and the result was, what was it, Alex? What happened? Was it like,
Who?
I'm not gonna say his name. TM, my homeboy.
Wait, repeat what you just said.
Never mind. All right, our buddy from school. I think it was like his kidney or something.
Oh
Or not
Oh,
his
it's your
kidney,
spleen.
His spleen.
Oh,
Thank
If
you.
you exercise too much, your spleen can like explode.
His spleen
Yeah.
was like 3x or something.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
And he had to stop playing. I want to say he had to stop playing hockey for a
You're-
little while in there.
Yeah, you're not supposed to exercise if you have mono.
Okay, well that was an issue too.
Yeah.
That was an issue too. But regardless, like it was super dangerous because
Yeah.
like just like one bad hit could
Mhm.
just blow up your spleen.
So I went in and I was like, so first of all, when I had mono, I had
Mhm.
like 4 days of a sore throat. When I went to the doctor and they're like, okay, just take like 3 Advil a day and you're fine. But some people can get knocked out and just be so tired, can't
Mhm.
like function. And then I was also told not to exercise, which I didn't listen to, of course.
It's a rough thing. Yeah.
But they like feel your spleen, and if it's enlarged, they're like, yeah, just go like sit at home.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what they told him. I mean, he had to come to school, go home. That was it.
Which makes sense.
Which makes sense.
And fish.
And it went on for like a month. What's up?
And fish.
And fish.
Oh,
He could
yeah.
fish too.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
allowed to fish.
Understandable.
But I mean, that's for, especially if my guy. It was for like a month. Imagine if you couldn't exercise for a month.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't listen. You'd
I
do it.
didn't. I didn't listen
No,
to them.
no.
I was told not to.
For how long? They tell you.
So I think I just took off like 2 weeks, and I was like, you know what, 2 weeks, I won't lose
I'm
any
fine,
muscle.
yeah.
But after that, I'll be fine.
Yeah, go back. You know
Yeah.
how it is. How'd you get it?
I think I got it from sharing drinks because so it was a really funny story. One of my like good friends from college gave it to one of Maggie's my girlfriend's friends,
Mm.
so she was wiped.
Okay.
And then, but like a few days before she was diagnosed, she like had a sip of one of my drinks.
Okay.
So I think that's how I got it.
Okay.
Or I got it from this guy who gave it to her, who we were sharing drinks with too.
You're
yeah.
just a mess, man. Just
No,
stop.
I know it was awful.
Hey, everybody who's not here right now, come here. I have something for you to try.
But I got lucky because I had it right before finals, so like I couldn't go out and do anything. But
Oh.
that was a good thing. I was like, I got it like at a good time, if that makes
But
sense.
you had to have it during finals, though.
You could study.
Yeah.
So you could study, right?
Yeah.
But you had to have it during finals. That sucks, right?
Not really, because it didn't really affect me.
Oh, did it go away? But like, yeah.
I had like 4 days of sore throat, and that was it. Like I wasn't tired during it. I kind of loaded up on caffeine, to be fair, so I wouldn't have even noticed.
Right.
But
Right.
no, it wasn't bad.
Damn.
Yeah.
That is good timing. I mean, it's like my cousin. We had a family reunion in Colorado earlier this summer. We
Mhm.
were gone for like a week. I saw my cousin, and he was saying the entire time because he goes back to school next week because of Utah.
Okay.
He kept saying, "I hope I get COVID right when I get home," because he was like, "If I get COVID now, then I'm good for the first like 2 months of college, and everything's gonna be fine."
Mhm.
And I was like,
Yeah.
at first I was like, "You idiot," and I was like, "No, that makes sense. I get it." I totally get it.
Yeah, no, it makes sense because like a lot of people like in college, like, professors are like you have to wear a mask, but other than that, it just like runs rampant. But no one would test.
Okay.
So no,
I mean, if you
never
don't
know.
test,
Someone
it's
had
not
it.
there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the theory.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think I ever got it until.
I don't think I've ever had. I mean, I take that back. I think I may have gotten it at some point, but it wasn't bad enough for me to be like,
Yeah.
I definitely have COVID. I gotta figure this out. So, my family's always sick.
Fair enough.
We're always sick, but it's never like bad. It's
Mhm.
always like I feel like I have a headache and my nose is running today. Like that's it.
Mm-hmm. At
So
that point, like you're not really sick. Like, are you?
you're not really sick,
No.
right? No, we just stay in. We just stay in for a couple of days, and then
Fair enough.
and then everything's fine.
Yep.
And, I mean, which is not a good way to go about life, but at the same time, like
It's not the worst.
we honestly
It's
think it's
kinda smart.
allergies.
That would make sense.
You know, my sister and mom have god awful allergies. My
Makes
sister's
sense.
allergic to my dog. Oh, it's terrible. And I started picking up allergies this year too, which just sucks.
I have bad pollen allergies. Like
Mhm.
my eyes will like water like crazy, and like when I wake up, I just like can't open them, which is kind of
That's really bad. They're
Yeah.
like sealed
like
shut.
yeah, sealed shut.
Dang, that's terrible.
I mean, they used to be worse. Like it used to be like occluding gloves.
All right, you make a drug to fix that. How's that sound?
Well, that'd be great.
Isn't that good? Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to figure out. Is that I don't know when this class is coming, but it'd be really interesting to figure out like how you figure out how to make drugs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like-
I'm like kind of.
And I mean like Advil. Talking about Advil. No, but
not like LSD or
not
anything
like
that.
LSD
No,
or
no,
anything.
no.
Although that stuff is super interesting to understand too. Like what makes you
Yeah.
go crazy.
There was one of the lifeguards this summer who took a class about like how things affect you.
Oh, we gotta wrap it up. Okay.
Okay.
Damn.
Finish your thought.
Yeah. Finish the thought. Finish the thought. 58?
58.
Oh damn.
Okay.
Okay.
No, he took
30
a
seconds,
class
go.
about how different drugs would affect you and like how they would affect your brain and why they would do the things that they do.
So does drinking and taking drugs at the same time elevate the
They
drugs?
just have two different effects,
Oh,
and they're
I see.
simultaneous, so it just makes it worse.
It's like having two different
Yeah.
diseases. That was good 30 seconds right there. Ian, Kineon, thank you so much for coming. I'm going to get some good clips out of this one.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime, buddy. Ready? 3, 2, 1.